Okay, hello everyone. So this is a update video for the quarterly and the annual members, right? As you know, if you're a quarterly or an annual member, you're also in the advanced trading trader training section as well. I was going to put the swing day periods in here, but I decided to put it in the research portal instead, since this is the place where we're getting all our trading information. So if you go in here, what you will now see is the welcome start here, the weekly market intelligence, the swing days period. Okay, so you're only going to see that if you're in the quarterly or the annual membership, and then we've got the forward projections. This is for the upcoming weeks, and then, as you know, we've got the archive here, and this is all for the past. Okay, the archive is for the past. If I get my head out of there, you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, so here we are, and that's all of the archive. So what I want to focus on today is the swing day periods. Now this is for April 20 onwards, because I just started doing this in April. So what we have here is, first of all, a little introduction as to what you need to look out for. Okay, how to really use this effectively. And two things can happen on these dates as I put them here. We could have a starting day to go a certain number of days, which is called the peak day. So we have a start date. This is where the move starts, takes off, and then we've got a peak date. This is where that specific movement period comes to a peak, and then we've got the end date. And two things can happen within this period. We're either going to be one directional because we're following a trend, like it's going to be trending. So we'll have a start, we'll have a pause at the peak, maybe a slight retracement, maybe a sideways market, but the market then keeps going until the end date. That's one option. The second one is, for example, the market can start off, and then we can have a peak date on the 26th of April, and then we can have a retracement into the 2nd of May. All right, or we could have a reversal into the 2nd of May. So the important thing here is to understand that these are like going to be two periods. We're either going to go directionally or we're going to go like a wave, right? So we're going to start, head off somewhere, and then pull back somewhere or reverse into somewhere. And the beautiful thing is you're going to use this with the trade swing days and the vector days. Now when they all collide, it's going to be a great day. So just picking your trades off with that is great, because when you have these start, peak, end dates in mind, then you can follow a trade for a longer period. And especially because we're using good technical analysis methods, if we have a target that's like a bit further down the road, then we can just flow into that. So let's take a look at what we can do with this. First of all, this is Bitcoin, right? So let's put this back up here. So take a screenshot just for the sake of this argument and video, and we'll just put it on the side here. So what can we have here? Why did I put also Bitcoin? Because this also is going to be for the weekends, right? It's going to have weekend dates here. So I did mention it here. Some dates will fall on a weekend. You should take profits or manage trades on Friday before the weekend, obviously, right? So let's get back into here. So for example, we have April 13, right? This is April 13. And remember, we had a trade day coming up here. Now, what's a trade day? A trade day is either going to be a swing or a breakout day. So the market, as you can see, breaks to the upside, closes above, so it's clearly bullish. And what did we do all week? We said we should be targeting this price here, and the market really did get there, and it got there on a trade day. So let's go into the trade day on Bitcoin. It was Friday, and then we had a Sunday. This is still Sunday, right? So Friday, market reverses and starts pulling back. So it's all honky dory. We can now get rid of that as well. Okay, so that's that. Now if you take a look at the swing day periods, what you're going to see is from the 20th of April, which is going to be tomorrow, okay, we're going to have a period that's going to peak out. And this is the 13th, right? So from the 13th, we moved into a price target. It's a trading day. Now the market's going into 20th. If on the 20th we're like down here somewhere, okay, then we're going to look to go back up, then into the 27th or the 2nd of May. So this April 20 is going to be important for us. It's not just for Bitcoin, mind you. These dates are just general for the whole market. So how are we going to fit it all in? Well, we're just going to start marking ourselves in with lines, aren't we? So we're going to have, like I put here, arrows. So that's going to be a day when a certain move is going to start. So what we want to do now is look into the 20th is going to be here. Now if I also put into, let's do this, I'm now going to put into, I'm going to take from the forward projections, I'm going to put the 20th of April in there already, and 20th of April, and I'm going to take the week of 13th to 17th of April, and I'm going to put that into the archive. All right, so that's also now all good, and I will save that as well. So we're all good. All right. So if you're a member, if you go in there now, you'll see next week coming up. So if you see next week coming up, what's going to happen is this. Let me refresh it in the members area. Then you'll check out Bitcoin. You'll see what is the trading day for Bitcoin. All right. For next week, from the 20th to the 24th. Okay. Then you're going to mark that in for the benefit of this exercise. It's going to be Friday, which is going to be the 24th, I think. Yeah, the 24th is going to be Friday. And we're going to look out for the 25th, right? 24th, which is there. All right. And that's it. So once you note these days into your journal, then we'll be looking into, like, if the market comes down, we could be going all the way up into the 24th, right? And then what we have on there is a peak day at 26th, right? So the market can hit 24, but we can muck around there or push slightly higher into 26 because it's only 2 days off. So we already now have a trading plan. If we're down, we can go up, despite the fact that we don't have a Monday for a trading day or a swing day on Bitcoin now. Why? Because we've got this extended period of swing days forecasted for us, the period of the swing days forecasted for us. The other thing I need to look out for if I'm trading Bitcoin is, well, what's going to be the vector days. So what I have here, I've got Monday, red. It's a red day on Monday. Then I've got, which is good for us, okay, because I want to see it down and then I want to push it up further. So that's good. And then I've got Tuesday to Saturday, I've got a flow day. So from Tuesday to Saturday, I've got a flow day. And then I've got a Sunday strong. And I've got the 24th here as a target. And on the swing day periods, I've got the 26th as a peak. So I've got 24, which is a Friday, and 26 is a Sunday, which tells me two things. This is going to be a vector day, and this is the peak day on BTC. So if I do come down, I do want to go up, okay, into that zone. All right. So now I know how far I can follow it if it pans out into how I want to do things. The second thing is obviously the intraday timing windows. When the market comes down, you've got the hours already. So if I go back to April 20 to 24th, you can see we've got the trade timing windows there as well. So Monday, we're going to have to open up on Monday. When Monday opens up, it's going to open up soon, okay? We want to find ourselves somewhere to go into the up zone. And where's that going to be? We'll keep that on the radar, but we want to be somewhere on that red bar. So if we dip back down here into the red bar, is great. We could do Monday or the day after Monday to push into that zone, and that will give us at least 3 to 4 days of just buying in that direction. So if I constantly know what to do until the next day, until the next future days or dates, let's say, then I've got a better chance of increasing my success. So that way we still have the move and how far we can go. Now you can do this for whatever you want to trade, okay, but overall I'm obviously doing it just for what we have in the members area. We will get used to this, and as we gain more and more experience, we'll see that there are multiple dates happening, and then those multiple dates will have a correlation. When they have a correlation, I'll also note them in the members area. Why? Because sometimes when one period peaks, another period, let's say, period starts or ends, right? When that happens, then that's a sure reversal. That's like a definite reversal, and then you just want to nail it, okay? So when we have such periods as well, I'll make note of them in the notes section of that part where we have the swing day periods. So here, right, I'll either make a note, I'll either make a note here, I'll mention it here or in the videos, all right, that these dates are important for this swing days, blah, 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 but I'll probably do it here so you guys can follow the dates. And if there are common dates, and I'll say, for example, let's say April 13, and April 13 is here as well. Let's say it starts, I don't know, it started earlier, and then we had an April 13 peak as well, right? So then I can say, okay, this April 13 is a sure reversal day. We're going to have to, look out for it, and that's a good day to trade. So knowing them in advance is going to really help us in terms of direction as well with the vector days too. For example, yesterday, tomorrow for Bitcoin, highly likely it's going to be a red day, so we should dip into somewhere, and then Tuesday can be a reversal for us into those areas, okay? And we'll see how that pans out, okay? And that's how it is. So keep an open mind, and to, we can really measure how far a move can go. Why is it also important? Because sometimes a move starts, let's say here, right? And it goes all the way into there, all right? But until we get there, you see we've got a bunch of waves, right? What happens is, in between that huge cycle, let's say, what happens is you get other days that do reversals on these days, and you can follow them upwards still, but you still have the bigger picture in mind. So matching them with the vector days and the trading days